Welcome back guys. Now in this video let us understand about print statement. So it is really important for us to understand how we are going to deliver output. So for a while let us take the easiest example and let me print hello world. So here with this statement only there are a lot of hidden things and we need to understand that. So for now let us just print hello world and discuss more. So if you see here I have called a function print. Now what exactly a function is? So function is basically a code that is already written and can be used several times whenever we call it. So Python has some built-in functions, that is they have already written some code and they are already available. All we need to do is call them. We can also write our own function that we are going to do in function section. For now you just need to understand that print is a built-in function, and whenever we call a function, that means whenever we try to execute a function. Here if I write print, that means I am calling a function, that is print function. I need to pass some argument. So the input that I give to this particular function here, if I am giving an input that is a hello world input, this is the argument for this particular function. So that means print is a function, hello world is the argument. Now argument can be of string, of integer, of object, whatever we want to display on screen. So there are different arguments that you can pass to a function depending totally on the function. So each function is different, they have their own code, they have their own usability. Now whenever we call the print function and give the argument that is hello world, Python interpreter take this particular argument, process it and give the result. So if I just press enter, you can see I've got the result. But you might be thinking that it is showing exactly the same whatever we are entering. What is the process it is doing? So if I pass maybe a variable, a simple variable, just to show you guys 50, you can see it just displayed the exact same result. But what if I pass a multiplication? Maybe I pass 50 into 60. You can see it process and give an output. Or I can try to take 2 or 3 variables. Maybe x equals to 5, y equals to 60, and then I want to give some process to print statement, that is my print function. So if I do that, you can see it took the argument and just process it and give us the result. Now the second thing I want to understand is, what if we want to print several things, maybe a string, maybe an integer in a single line. So here what we are doing is we are printing hello world, then we are printing an integer, then we are trying to print some variable. But what if I need to do something in a single line? Maybe I want to multiply and give a statement. So for example, let me take this print statement. Maybe I want to print a string, that is multiplication of 5 into 6, and I want to then show the result of 5 multiplied by 6. So to do that, what we can use is concatenation. So if I do that and if I add a comma after my string statement to give the second element, that is the second argument, and if I process here, that is x into y, that is my 5 into 60 actually. So what it will print is, so it will print the string, that is my multiplication of 5 and 60, and then also it will print x into y. So if I print enter, you can see it printed multiplication of 5 and 60 is, then there is a space that is by default, and then the result of x into y. And also we can use plus symbol to concatenate same data type. So at this point of time this was string and this is some variables that include integer. So they are totally different data type. So if I want to print same data type, what I can do is I can use a plus symbol. Let me show you. And then add a plus symbol, and then you can add second string, that is world. And here you can see I got my result. But now in this result I am not having a space. So what I can do is I can add a space after O, that is in hello. I can add a space before world, or I can add a argument between both of them with spaces. So let us try that also. Now you can see I have a result of hello world. So you can play with this because concatenation is really important. But if I go back to my previous print statement, that is multiplication of 5 and 60 is x into y. So here I am already mentioning 5 and 60. What if I just want to carry that x here and y here and then x and y here? So that would be totally variable dependent and I can use that code as many times as I want. I just need to change the value of x and y. So for that we need to use formatting. So let me follow that. So all you have to do is just write your string. Now wherever you want to add a particular value, all you have to do is just make them with index. So here I want to add 5, that is the value of x. So what I can do is I need to add curly braces and give the index of 0. And here I need to add the second value, that is of y, 1, that is the index value of 1, and is, now I need to give the result. So it will be 2, that is 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. Now after a string I need to add a keyword, that is format, and here in the tuple I need to give the values of 0, 1 and 2. So 0 will be my x, now 1 will be my y, and this 2 value will be my x into y. Pause the video and just understand. So if I do that, here what happened is I have taken a string and wherever I want to add a number, that is add a variable or a value that is not in my control, I have given them an index value. So this 5, instead of 5 I have given the index value of 0. Now to format that index value I have passed x. So this 0 will be replaced by x. Now the second value that was here is 60. So I have used an index value of 1. Now 60 will be replaced by y. The third thing is my index value of 2. That would be replaced by this logic of x into y. Now this was in tuple, so you have to take care about these values. So if I try to mess with these numberings, I can actually change result. Let me show you. So instead of 0, if I write 1 here, and instead of 1, if I write 0 here, and if I do the result, you can see the positions are changed. So here 0 was x, so at the position of 0, 5 is printed. And the index value of 1 was 60, so at the position of 1, 60 is printed. So you can do a lot of fun with this. Now there is one more method which is also really important, and if you are some student of C, Java, you will already know that. So let us perform that and we will be trying to execute same statement so you will be comfortable. So what if instead of using this index system, we can try to use a modulus statement or modulus method. So if I need to print hello with my name, I can do that with printing hello and then concatenating it with the variable that is my underscore name. Since these both are of string type, so I will get a result. But what if there are several terms? So maybe hello, my name is Shubham, and then there will be some more text. So what I can do is maybe I can try out, then I can try my variable name, that is name, then I can try out the further text that I want to add. Now you can see I have hello Shubham, welcome to this course, but this is going really complicated. If I want to add several terms, it would be quite confusing with the name of variables and spaces. So for that we can use the familiar method of C and Java, which is using modulus. So if I take example here and use hello and the modulus in s. So this modulus in s means this is a string with this particular modulus, and if I want to format and define which string is this, all I have to do is add a modulus symbol and then write the variable name. So if I do that, and you can see I got hello Shubham. Now there can be many strings. So if I just try to do hello Shubham, welcome to this course, that would be quite easy now. All I have to do is hello, then my modulus is, that is my string, and after completing this string, all I have to define is my variable, which I am including with this particular statement, and you can see I got the result. Now there can be many more results, many more variables that might need to be included in this print statement. Let me give you one more example with float, because float makes a lot of pain. So if I take a number and give it a value of 1, 2, 3 and then some points, and if I try to print float at any point of time, I have to do some formatting. And if I play with print statement and say the value is, now if I'm using float, I need to use modulus f. Now to print that, all I have to use is modulus and then the variable name, that is num. And if I enter, you can see I got the value. But what if I need to get only 2 decimal points and I just want to ignore all the other? So one thing I can do is, if I convert it into integer, I will just get 1, 2, 3. But if I use formatting method, I can do that. So here all I have to do is, now with this modulus, I need to add 0.2 and then f. And that is done. All is same. If I do that, I just get 2 decimal points. Also, if I want to print 2 values at a time, I can try that also. I have num, that is 1 float point, and I can also take one more variable, give it a value of 150, and then try to print these both values in my print statement. So first I need to print my float value, so all I can do is modulus, then 0.2f, and then the integer value, so all I have to use is modulus d. And once the string is complete, modulus, now I have to create a tuple, and in this tuple I need to pass my first value, that is my float, that is my num, and then the second value, that is my int num. You can see I have got that. So print is really big, print is really interesting, and you can play a lot of things. When we try to do some project, when we try to do some exercise, we'll be utilizing these things and you have to do a lot of tasks. So this is really interesting. Don't forget to try this on your system.